I'm still working out the technical hitches, so I will not be able to play the video links for you at this time. There's a lot of lag, right? But I've already shared this in the stream, so watch it on your own. One is a Batman thing, and the other is from a movie called The Mask. All right, mute your mics, please. All right, except you have to talk. You guys ever watch a movie called The Mask?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's that one?
Yes,
All right.
sir. Yes, sir.
Is that with the green mask?
That is with the green mask, right? That's a mask of Loki. The movie kind of funny, kind of weird, but the idea is when he puts on the mask, it makes him do weird stuff. So that scene that I played is the one where he actually puts on the mask for the first time and where he starts behaving crazy, right? So watch it at your own pleasure. So the mask, this is today's lesson. And of course we have the, well, I don't know, what do you call this mask? I call it a V for Vendetta mask. It's originally known as a Guy Fawkes mask. You guys might call it a Jabberwocky mask, but I like the mask. So I decided to use this one as sort of the mascot for this.
I just call that mask vengeance because he looked like something.
Okay. All right, so here we go. First and foremost, we define what a mask is. Again, mute your mics when you don't need to talk. A mask is an object normally worn on the face for performance or entertainment, or in this case, to save your life from COVID. It generally depicts a character and may be worn on its own or as part of a costume. It could also be the makeup, like a white makeup that covers the face in mime or in kabuki or in several other cultures. So let's talk about culture for a minute. Right? Okay, 3 types of masks. There's the full face mask. There's the Jabberwocky mask again. There's the half mask, which only covers either from the top of the head to, let's say, the nose and leaves the mouth exposed, or from the bottom part of the face, leaving the eyes exposed and the mouth covered. Can somebody give me an example of a half mask?
Batman.
Right, the Batman.
Flash.
Yes, the yeah, exactly. Batman, Flash. Give me another one. Give me one that's not a superhero.
Captain America.
Give me one that's not a superhero. Nobody? All right, cool. No problem. All right. And there's the eyes only or the domino mask, which is what you call a bandit mask. But it's really called a domino mask. Of course, you see Green Lantern there. And you have so many other people that wear that kind of eyes only mask. Somebody give me a couple of examples.
Incredibles.
The Incredibles. Another one. Anybody, give me an example quick so we can move on. All right, so we move on. Personally, this eyes only mask, I don't think it's fooling anybody. You could see that is Ryan Reynolds or whatever his name is. But people seem to believe that once they wear this kind of mask, they are concealed. Masks are found all over the world. I'm sure those of you who are into anime will probably notice the Japanese kitsune mask. The African mask comes from the Homi. The Balinese mask,
Yes,
Balinese, right? Balinese is good. I think that's the Balinese is Indonesia and an Indian mask. The masks have several functions in society. It's not just for drama. Some of them may be for religious purposes, some of them for spiritual purposes, but eventually a mask will help you tell a story. And for as long as there was drama, there were masks. Now, in Europe, masks were used before recorded history. There are caves in France. Can't remember the names of the caves right now, but they have a lot of these drawings that you see there. People scratched on the cave walls. You guys remember when we were in Form 1 and we're doing Early Man and we're talking about them painting and drawing on the cave walls? Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Right, so this is the kind of thing that they would do. They would commemorate their actions and their stories and their battles and their hunts and their whatever, and they draw it on the cave walls. And, well, that's not bad. if it's a 15,000-year-old drawing. So this apparently some sort of masked dancer wearing animal horns, and you can see the horns very clearly there. So the way they thought was, if we could imitate it, if we could be that animal, whether it's buffalo or whatever, it's like we're capturing the spirit, and if we could capture the spirit, we could capture the animal. So sometimes before they actually went on the hunts, they would actually go into this ritual dance, probably drink something weird, get a little high, right? Perform these dances and then go out and hunt these animals down. If it was southern France, it was probably bison or something that they were chasing. But this is evidence that masks were used at that time, again, 15,000 years ago. A long time. Right. But since we do Western theater mostly, let's just stay within Western roots. So mask in theater come from, originally from the Greek theater. I think we did this last week. You can see the mask on the right has a big mouth. Actually put the brass plates that we talked about, the funnel kind of thing, into that, and then use that as an amplifier, right? Of course, not all masks had a big mouth. Some looked like the ones on the left. And if they wanted to, they could probably carve two different masks. One of the fella looking serious, one of the fella looking sad, one of the fella looking surprised, whatever emotion they wanted to display. And of course, like we did last week in Greek theater, the last class, you were so far away, sometimes the only code you could get as to how the person was feeling was the mask that he wore on his face. As a result, they were very stylized, like the fellow on the right. I mean, you can see he looks very angry or something, right? And if they wanted to show him in another mood, he'd probably go off stage and put a new mask on and come on in a different scene. You guys following me? You guys following me?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
So
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
again, we're almost done with the presentation part of it. Masquerades, they were parties really, and they used to have them in Italy, right? And they used to wear masks like this. They also the mask that had the long horn and this and that, you understand? And they had these big costume parties, and a lot of rich people and dukes and so on would go, and those are the masks that they would wear. It was a big deal for them. Also, there's something called the art is, it's something like, have you guys ever seen Punch and Judy? Punch and Judy shows?
No, sir.
All right. You ever see a puppet show? Maybe in a TV show, you're watching them. Maybe they're on the beach and they're watching a puppet show. And it's basically two characters dressed like clowns and they're beating each other up.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Sir,
Right. Sometimes one of them will have a big stick and one is beating the other one, right? Those are called
Yeah.
Punch and Judy shows. So Punch is basically a guy and Judy would be his wife. And they have a bunch of people that surround them in their community, right? And Punch might be an aggressive fella or the wife might be the aggressive one. And they are working with tropes. So you have like the stupid husband, the bullying wife, the friends. Do you know any puppet show that might have people like that in it?
Santana.
Santana.
Tatiana.
Santana. Not Captain
Santana.
Santana. Right. So basically we're talking Santana here, right? I shouldn't be talking about Santana with you because that's too old, but I mean, when you watch it, you know you're watching, right? So Patsy and Narayan, right? The way Patsy and Narayan behave, the way Narayan is, the way Patsy behaves to him is directly from Punch and Judy. So you have those kind of stereotype characters. That's why they call them stock characters. You could pull them out easily and make a story. Narayan and Santana in town, Narayan and Santana in the country, Narayan and Santana in a bar, Patsy and Narayan doing this, right? It's easy to create these stories and they make a lot of sketches with them. But they would make masks that would look like, in this case, Punch and Judy. You understand? And the masks have stayed with us over time, and now we use them today. Okay, so, oh yes, this. I hope you guys go out, and when you're going out, you're doing the right thing. Do you guys go out a lot?
Not really.
No,
If
sir.
you guys stay at home a lot, you don't go out at all. Well, there's
Yep.
really nowhere to go actually, to tell you the truth. Well, I presume one day they'll open up everything, open up the beaches and what have you. Anyway, functions of the mask. Of course, the simplest thing a mask does is hide your face. That's what masks are for. But as you have seen in terms of the Greek theater and so on, it helps for you to bring the character out. It's to better depict the character, whether he's angry, whether he's annoyed, whether he's surprised, whether he's shocked, whatever. So, in hiding your face and bringing out the character, you de-emphasize the personality of the actor, whoever it is, and you big up the character, sort of. We've already talked about exaggeration, and we have mentioned mime. Of course, mime is body language with no talking. So, everything is simplified, and it's just the mask and the person moving, and you get the idea of might be. Of course, we have masks in Carnival. You can see the people are actually wearing those Italian masks. Let's call them Italian masks. I mean, people don't wear masks too much anymore, but in certain sections. Can somebody tell me what picture that is? What am I looking at?
Dame Lorraine.
The Dame Lorraine. Well, they tend to wear their masks, and a few other ones, they don't wear masks too much. But the idea is this, right? Back in the day, you could do anything you wanted to wearing a mask. A mask has like a particular psychology. Nobody knows who I am. Therefore, I can do what I want. And it's that psychology that a bandit will rob a shop. You can't tell who the person is. So as a result, you become much braver wearing a mask. And in Carnival, you would tend to do the things that you shouldn't do, like get on bad, because the mask sort of empowers you to be somebody else. Maybe Narayan should wear a mask anytime he does Carnival, because his wife beats up on him bad. But you understand what I'm trying to say, right? The mask makes you a different person. So that's about it. So this is last year 224, and they're wearing masks. I mean, I could see what are you guys seeing? What are you guys seeing? I'm particularly interested in the fellow with his hand to his neck and his mouth open. What mask is that? I know some anime thing.
No, I think that's some kind of. Actually, no, I don't know.
It
It looks
is.
like a broken
Yeah.
backup mask.
That looks like something from Bleach.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah. Some from Bleach.
all right. So
A hollow mask.
I mean, right. So you see how basically most of the masks are recognizable. I mean, the Black Panther one is pretty recognizable, yes? And by the way, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, gone too soon. Who is the fella in the front with the hairy mask?
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca, right. So Chewbacca, and then who's behind Chewbacca?
I think that's Sub-Zero or something.
Sub-Zero, right. Who is the clown?
I think that's from a horror movie, but
Okay,
that
I
could
think the
never be
fella-
Juke.
no, it's not Joker. The fella in front is who, Deathstroke,
Smiley.
the black and brown mask. Who's the black and
Yeah,
brown
that's
mask?
true. That's
The
true.
black and brown.
Right,
That's
the
true.
two color mask. Spider-Man, of course. Who's the green fella? The green fella is one of the turtles, right?
Yeah,
And I think
yes,
that's somebody with the hockey mask in the back. Is that Jason or one of them?
yeah. Jason Voorhees.
Gentlemen, on your first impression of looking at this thing, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you
Want
see
to get
all of
dumped?
these masks?
It's a bait.
That what?
It's a bait.
Right, I'm not hearing you at all.
It's
You recognize all these masks, right? They are immediately recognizable, yes? You know exactly who they are. So when you present your mask, it's supposed to be immediately recognizable. So don't go and bring any vague thing and try to explain it to me. Bring something that immediately jumps out. Yes, I could see Deadpool. That is definitely Chewbacca. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is, and yes, we know who Jason is. I'm not too sure who the fellow in green with the pointed horns or whatever is at the ends.
That
But
is
you
Music
gotta explain it.
Midoriya.
So that's Teenage Mutant.
No. The one with the two pointed horns at the end. The fella having his hand like a fist. The
That's
fair-skinned fella.
Midoriya.
Deku.
Alright. And of course,
Deku.
the most recognizable is the Black Panther. So when you
reference.
present your mask, you're going to be presenting masks that everybody can recognize. It doesn't matter if I don't recognize them because I know they're going to go anime and I'm not too much into anime. In fact, I'm not into anime at all. Right? Make sure that the other people will us and will say, yeah, I know what this is. So these are some YouTubes you can watch on making simple masks. Again, they are in the PowerPoint. This is the assignment. It must be a recognizable character. I keep on saying the word recognizable, whatever you choose to take it from. Plays, movies, anime, whatever, TV show, whatever, book, whatever. Let it be recognizable. You can make it out of crystal board, paper mache, or something. I prefer you did not buy a store-bought mask, considering the fact that you can't even get out to go to the stores. That makes that easier. And the next class that we have, we are going to present the mask. Everybody following me?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the
No,
rubric.
no, sir, I can't tell you. You were breaking up, so can you repeat that?
I said that in the next class, you will present the mask and that the mask must be recognizable. And everybody should be able to say, yes, I know who this is. And even if I don't recognize the mask, your classmates should be able to recognize. In fact, I've had fun over the years teaching in this class because I get to learn about various characters that I would not normally know about, especially the anime characters, right? And it's nice to see that you guys don't just watch normal movies. You have a wide spectrum of movies and watch.
You know the little bald guy from
Say what?
Shaolin Showdown. You know the little bald guy from Shaolin Showdown.
No, I don't know anything true that.
Wow.
I don't watch anime.
I was gonna make him.
Well, that's okay. Like I said, once you present, the mask must be recognized.
So when this is due, the mask from the show.
For the next class. All right, gentlemen, let's just go through the rubric briefly. It's 20 marks for the recognition of the character. Immediately they put up the character and I hear fellas shouting, yes, I know who that is, you're 5 marks, you get it. Doesn't matter what I know. The craftsmanship. I won't be able to see everything on the screen, but whatever mask you make should be nicely painted. It should be detailed. It should have some level of professionalism in it. And since you're at home, you might have to use, I don't know, materials, paper plates, whatever you're going to use. You'll get 5 marks for innovative materials. One of the best marks I have actually, readily enough, is a straw bag. Yes, you could use wood or metal, just don't pitch yourself.
Okay.
If you need help from your parents, don't hesitate to ask them. I don't want anybody to cut themselves, hurt themselves, damage themselves. Okay? Right. And I was trying to tell you, one of the best masks I have is actually a straw bag, and the guy just cut 2 holes in it. And then he attached straw hats to it. Which character do you know that looks like he's made out of a straw bag with a straw hat?
Luffy.
It's a Batman character.
Robin.
No
Scarecrow.
problem. Scarecrow.
Yeah, I'll got this. Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Right. And I still have it. I still have it somewhere. Not sure.
Sir,
I still have it. It's one of the coolest things I
What
have.
are the
It's
mask
very
supposed to be made out of?
You could make the mask out of anything you want. I prefer paper, plastic, straw. Somebody's talking about woods. You could use whatever you want. All
So
right,
can I do
gentlemen.
it out of paper?
Yes,
So
you
I
can use out of
just-
paper, but try to use something stricter. Something stronger than paper. All right, gentlemen.
So
Do
I
we understand what we're doing with this assignment? Do we understand what we're doing? Okay, good. I'm coming out of this PowerPoint. All right. You already have the PowerPoint in the classroom, so go ahead and read it and look at the video, sir. What's happening?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So I'm basically going to end this lecture right now. I'll
Excuse me,
ask
sir.
again. Yes, go ahead.
Sir,
Go ahead,
could
Mr.
you
Bash.
give a brief explanation about the assignment one more time? I wasn't able to hear properly.
All right. For anybody that needs to hear, you are going to create a mask for the next class, which is in 2 weeks' time, Monday morning. Right? So you have enough time to do it. You could make the mask on anything you want. You could use any material you want. You could buy material.
Could I do
You
a
could use stuff
vendetta
at-
mask?
All right. If you're doing a vendetta mask, don't buy a vendetta mask. Draw it on paper, cardboard, cut it out. You understand? I do
Imagine
not
I already have
want you
one of
to-
them.
Well,
Yeah.
no. If you have a mask already, especially if it's a store mask, I don't want that. Right? Make your
I know
own
I
mask.
can't use that because I find making one would be more fun. So
All right. Again, have fun creating. I don't want to see. I really don't want to see a Captain America mask. I've seen too many of these. I don't particularly want to see a Spider-Man mask. Look, I have different versions of Spider-Man mask. Like you saw in the PowerPoint, the guy actually sold the mask, but whatever he made it out of, he made it out of cloth and so on. If you want to do that, yeah, go ahead. But don't just cut out a strip or a flat mask and make it. Try and be creative and innovative in what you do. Right? Again, I'm not expecting miracles. I'm not expecting a masterpiece. But I want something that, you guys could be proud of and say, yes, I did this. And I'll be happy to say, yes, my students did this. Normally, if we're in school, I'd probably keep the best masks and hang them on my wall of fame. You've never seen my wall of fame, have you? It's in the drama room. One day I'll show you that. But I have some really, really good masks. Okay? All right. Any further questions? Any further
No, sir.
questions? All right. Straight off the bat, could a couple of people tell me what they think they're going to do? Just give me a name of what you're going to do. You don't have to stick to it, but just tell me what kind of ideas are floating through your head.
The Anbu Blockhouse mask from Naruto.
And now it's a mask. All right, cool. Anybody else?
well, so I was gonna do a samurai